New developments tonight in the death investigation of Memphis wrestler Bryan Lawler, found hanged in his Hardeman County jail cell this past weekend. The family telling Local 24 News they will wait for a TBI investigation to wrap up before they consider legal action. Local 24's Brad Broders is here now after speaking exclusively with Lawler's longtime friend about all this. Brad?
Yeah, Richard, wrestler Dustin Starr and Bryan Lawler go back 2 decades, and today Starr told me he's still reeling from the shock of the man he knew as so energetic and full of life to be found lifeless inside a jail cell. State investigators, meanwhile, are now digging into how Lawler hanged himself and why.
I've looked up to Brian Christopher from before the time I met him all the way to the time he passed away, regardless if he was struggling, because we all struggle.
For Dustin Starr, he'll remember his longtime friend and fellow wrestler Bryan Lawler as a man who always stood out in and out of the ring.
He was always on, he was always just hyper and just really fun to be around.
Starr said the son of Memphis wrestling legend Jerry Lawler worked hard and made his own worldwide name for himself.
Bryan was on top of his game in USWA in Memphis. He was on top of his game that made him to WWE. He made it to WrestleMania.
But the highs came with recent lows. Lawler's life ended this weekend after the 46-year-old hanged himself inside the Hardeman County Jail and died Sunday at Regional 1 Medical Center in Memphis.
Man, just gonna miss him forever.
The TBI is now investigating what happened. In a statement, Sheriff John Doolin said because of his notoriety, staff placed Lawler in a cell by himself, but staff were given no indication he was suicidal. Attorney Jeff Rosenblum said the Lawler family deserves answers.
And if Bryan Christopher didn't have people to talk to, and didn't have the right ongoing evaluation to determine his levels of depression and perhaps oncoming suicidal ideation, that would be problematic for me.
Now, according to the state's correctional facility standards, every jail must have a suicide prevention program, and all staff must go through annual suicide prevention training. Bryan Lawler's visitation is scheduled for noon Friday, his funeral at 2 at Hope Church in Cordova. Reporting live in the studio, Brad Broders, Local 24 News.